Mallard ducks are everywhere in New Hampshire's waterways. You've probably seen them at local parks, in neighborhood ponds, or even in quiet wetlands deep in the woods. But even these familiar ducks are in trouble. Eastern mallard numbers in New Hampshire are slowly declining, and no one is sure why. Jess Carloni, a waterfowl biologist with New Hampshire Fish and Game, leads a team studying the ducks up close. They are working with the Eastern Mallard Research Cooperative, a network of biologists from states, universities, and organizations, all joining forces to solve the mystery. The first step in this scientific endeavor is a patient one, relying on the predictable rhythms of winter hunger.
We start pre-baiting with corn at a certain area, and then once they get used to coming up to the corn and eating it pretty regularly, then we'll set up a trap. We do rocket nets or walk-in traps, typically in the winter. We slowly set it up. We put up the sides, and then a few days later we'll pull on the top because they'll get weary about it and won't come off if something's different. In really severe winters, it's much easier to get them on corn because they're really desperate for food. So this year was one of them. We had like a normal winter, so it was pretty easy to get ducks on bait pretty quickly.
On this particular day, things didn't unfold as planned. Because of the cold, the trigger to close the trapdoor didn't function, so Jess improvised. Once captured, each duck becomes a piece of a larger puzzle. A small federal band is placed upon its leg, a unique identifier that links this individual to a continent-wide network of data.
Every band has a unique number on it where if you find one through a spotting scope and you read the numbers, or if you harvest one as a hunter, you can go on and get where that bird was banded and how old it was when it was banded and the sex and all that information. So it's really cool, and we really urge hunters and bird watchers to report those bands because it's very useful data for us.
This local effort is part of an international collaboration. New Hampshire sits within the Atlantic Flyway, a migratory highway that stretches across North America. Across this vast region, scientists are comparing notes, revealing a perplexing contrast.
The northeast population of mallards are declining, and the eastern Canada population of mallards are stable. So we kind of want to know what the difference is there, what is going on.
The answer to this mystery may lie in the daily lives of the hens themselves. To track their every move, the team attaches small GPS backpacks. These ingenious devices, no heavier than about 20 paper clips, are powered by a solar panel and provide a stream of data on the bird's daily movements.
We're only putting them on hens because we want to get at reproduction and see if there's a difference in nest success or predation or what's going on. Why is the decline in the eastern mallards?
To ensure the data is accurate, a second, even lighter device is also employed. The geolocator is a silent witness, gathering data that can only be unlocked upon the bird's recapture.
We're putting a plastic colored band, it's called a field readable, and then we're attaching the geolocator device that's so much lighter than the backpack to try to see if there's going to be differences between the hens with the geolocators and the hens with the backpacks.
This technology is revealing a hidden world of migratory journeys. Some hens stay local, nesting right here in New Hampshire. Others embark on remarkable odysseys, traveling to distant nesting grounds in New Brunswick and Quebec.
These units will connect with a cell tower, and we just get instantaneous readings throughout the day when they're in cell range. Sometimes some of these hens, like in Quebec or New Brunswick, have kind of gone MIA, we call them. We're like, where did they go? We're not entirely sure if that bird is still alive. But all of a sudden, a few months later, bloop, when they're on their southern migration back, we find them again and get all that data back. So it's a really good device, but it does have, you do still need the cell range.
This research is a multifaceted endeavor, with graduate students examining everything from migration timing to the health of the ducklings themselves.
We also have another grad student that's using drones to follow the broods. And so we'll be able to, she can thermally see the broods with the backpack and count the number of ducklings. And so we're following those through time to get a better handle of reproduction and breeding success that way.
The ultimate goal is to unravel the core mystery of the declining population.
Why are our mallards decreasing but Canada's are fine? And then once we kind of get a better handle on that, we can make management decisions to hopefully halt the decline and have them start increasing again.
Through this meticulous work, the researchers are not just tracking birds. They are piecing together a story of survival, of a species adapting to a changing world, and of the dedicated people working to ensure its future.